I am the road warrior. Portland to San Diego, San Diego to Portland, Portland to Yosemite, Yosemite to Portland, Portland to Orlando, Florida, Orlando, Florida to Portland, and now Portland back to San Diego. I am the road warrior, and I gotta rescue my M5. But I'm not taking this thing. I'm taking this thing. That's right, it's the BMW 740iL from the Oregon 500 that we did a couple months back. I still have this thing, it needs to go, so the game plan is fill this with M5 parts right now, drive it down to San Diego, repair the M5, sell this car in San Diego, and drive the M5 back home. So I'm gonna do a quick little tune-up on this car. We beat the hell out of it in the Oregon 500, but it's still a good driving car. So I'm gonna do a quick little tune-up so it's ready for the 1,000-mile journey, and then we're gonna hit the road.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
We're ready to go! We're about 200 miles into the trip. Everything's looking pretty good. So there's a little bit of a press for time, as there always is with these trips, because there's a pretty large mountain pass between Oregon and California. There's only one of them, and I want to get to it hopefully while it's still light out and the temperature of the day is at its peak or around there. That way hopefully the roads won't be icy or frozen. So last time I went over this with like the G35, we did it in snow, and I did okay. I was hoping for a lot of snow doing it near Christmas time in the FJ when I just did it recently. Didn't get any snow at all, but the weather is looking a little tricky for today. But this car has really good tires on it, so it's a well sorted out car, so I'm just gonna go for it. The other thing, when I'm driving like the more expensive cars that I care a lot about, I tend to drive around the coastline, so you can completely skirt the mountain pass by driving around the coastline, but it adds 4 hours to the trip, and that's 4 hours I don't really want to add. So I'm gonna power through right now, no stops, no nothing. I'm about 150 miles away from the mountain pass, and we'll try and get through there. And I'll give you guys a status update when we make it. All right, I flubbed this one, and it's too late for a do-over, so I gotta stick it out. Found the snow. It's not snowing too bad. The outside temp is 32 degrees, so you know there's that risk of anything sticking to the ground or ice or anything else like that. And this is the small mountain pass, so I have one more big one to go over before we'll get down into the lower elevation and be in California, which is gonna be such a sigh of relief when that finally happens. I messed up. The road warrior does not remember the road well enough. There is one more mountain pass, and it's the biggest one, and I still have to go over it. I stopped, I booked my hotel, I bought candy and cookie and booze, and I was talking with the person in there. I was like, you guys get a lot of snow around here? And she's like, no, but down south, down the road, we're gonna get, you'll see feet. And I'm like, down south? Like, I'm going south. I thought it was all fine. She's like, no, you're screwed. So I'm gonna hit it right now. I'll update you guys when I'm at the summit of the last mountain pass. I'm sure at least this time it's the last one. I made it! Motel 6, here I come! Didn't think I'd be so happy to see this Motel 6 again. I could have swore this place had a microwave. B is for Bill. Shamelessly answering the question, what if Casey Neistat were poor? Bon appetit. Found these in the store. They were very interesting to me. We don't have these where I'm from, or at least I don't know of it. These are called porn star shots, and they are made by a company that makes a bunch of these mixed half and half shots. And I don't normally drink too much alone on the road, especially when I have a long day of driving ahead of me, like tomorrow. But I think this is time for a comprehensive review of porn star shots. Appropriately named. I would say they taste like blue and pink, mixed with a little bit of liquor. And these aren't full powered shots, just so you know. It's not like I just pounded 4 shots. I'm not crazy, man. Well, that was a lot of fun. I'm gonna spend the rest of the night working on some Built Not Bought stuff. If you guys don't know or you didn't hear in the last time, we started a second channel. It's called Built Not Bought. I'll put a link in the description. It's been going really, really well. I'm slowing things down a little bit, the pace, because we are not monetized yet, because after YouTube changed all their rules, there became a really long backlog of channels waiting to be authorized for monetization. We've passed all the guidelines and everything, and we will be soon. And it's not really that I'm worried about the money, but it's that when you have a video that's not monetized, it doesn't get shared around like a normal video would. So it has much less viewership from the audience. And so that's a bummer, because we got a couple like banger videos on there that if we would have been a normal channel, it would have got shared much more and they would have had a much larger audience. So we're kind of slowing down a little bit until we get that through. It should be done in the next week. But just a quick reminder, if any of you guys have any really cool builds of anything where you built it instead of bought it, feel free to share. I'll put the email right here, and you can email me there and we can review it and potentially share it on the channel. We've got a lot of different people that have emailed in already, and it's really cool. It's really coming together, and I'm really excited to see the hard work, you know, come to fruition. So I'm working on this this really cool, it's a 240 with a carbon fiber body, push rod suspension, and it's got a VQ power plant out of a 350Z. I'm working on finishing that episode now. That'll be up maybe before you see this episode. I don't know, sometime soon. So you know, go check it out. Time for bed. Gotta be up at 6 a.m. if I want to beat LA traffic. Los Angeles! We're here in Los Angeles rush hour traffic, on our way to San Diego rush hour traffic. Feels good to be close. Sun's shining. I'm not upset about it. Everything looks good. No clouds in the sky and the sun is shining. So much better than where I came from. The car is handling it like a champ. That's always the thing you worry about, being stuck in rush hour traffic with a new car, right? Is it gonna overheat? Whatever. Car is purring, and that's all. It's so good. So, why did I have to rescue the M5? Let me jump into that story real quick. So I leave TJ's place and I asked the guys, hey, can I park the car here for like 3, 4, 5 days, whatever, and I'm gonna send a shipping company to come get the car and bring it back to me. At that time, I had already months out planned the Florida trip, and I knew I was gonna come home for 2 days, then I was gonna fly out to Florida, so it didn't really matter when the car came, because Florida was gonna take over 10 days. So I was like, all right, that's the game plan. When I get back from Florida, the car will be at my house. The car will be at my house. While I was in Florida, I'm emailing with the shipping company and they're saying, we're not gonna get it today, we'll get it tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. They blow past their 5-day deadline window. They don't pick it up. By the way, lots of shipping companies have this problem. I picked up a shipping company through the company uShip, which kind of auctions it off to independent shipping companies. And boy, are they on average very, very poorly managed. And this is not the first time that I've had this problem with them. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Maybe in the future I'll have an affiliate shipping company that I can stand by, but right now I don't know a good one. Hence me driving 1,000 miles to go get my own car. So I hire these guys, they're being terrible, they don't pick up my car, they blow the deadline window, I'm in Florida, I'm giving them more money to get a higher bid essentially to pick up the car because the car's not getting picked up. They hugely dropped the ball. And it's like 15 days later now and they still haven't picked up the car. Then I'm in Florida, I've given them more money, I have like the highest bid out there, whatever, nothing comes together. Eventually, like the day I get home, I'm like, I don't have an M5, I don't know what to do, I don't really feel like working on the Aston Martin right now, I really want to work on the M5, what do I do to go get it? I get an email from uShip saying the company that I was working with is out of business and they're no longer affiliated with uShip. And I was like, great! So, luckily uShip gave me my money back. So I'm not out any money, but what I did was I hired a shipping company that was so poorly managed, they went out of business while I was hoping for them to pick up the car. So TJ has been very, very kind to leave the car at his shop, and that is why I'm on my way down to San Diego to go rescue the M5. We gotta go get it. We gotta fix it up. We gotta drive it home. We made it! We made it! And if I think, yep, there's my car. Woohoo! Operation Rescue the M5 is in full effect. What's up, Calvin? You don't approve of my BMW limo?
What is that? You don't need another BMW.
Oh, so good. to be able to rescue this car. So that's it for this episode. Now, if you want that car, it got me here just fine. It probably needs a little bit of fixing up to do and stuff like that. Like I said, the front struts are pretty much worn out. It's definitely still drivable. It squeaks like hell, and it's got a check engine light for a torque converter clutch thing. And if you Google that, I think that there are definitely ways that you can disable that and stuff like that. But overall, it's a pretty good car. It's got some good Michelin tires on it, and I heard that these wheels are valuable, but I really don't know. So the way that this is gonna work is just, if you want it, email me, Chris@BSForBuild. The starting price is gonna be $1,000. If nobody wants it at 1,000, then I'm gonna go down until somebody wants it, and whatever, you know. So it's basically $1,000 or best offer. Probably gonna end up being an or best offer type of situation, but who knows? And it'll come with the screen in the back and the mini bar and that stuff like that. But overall, it's a pretty good car. It's a pretty good car. The belt does squeak, and I put some belt dressing stuff on there, and it made it go away for a little bit, but it's still pretty annoying. But I don't believe that's anything mechanical. I think it's just the belt. So it did a good job of getting me here. It just drove 1,000 miles with literally 0 problems getting here. But it's time to sell it so I can drive the other M5 back. So that's it, guys. It's time for me to get working on that M5 so I can drive it home Road Warrior style. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to support, head over to bsforbuild.com. Scroll down to the shop, picking up any of the merch there helps support the channel. Or if you're in the San Diego area, buy this car. Oh, I forgot to say, this car's in San Diego, so you got to be local enough to pick it up. San Diego people. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.